I enjoy feeding the birds in the garden, and I recently needed to replace the bird feeder, so I thought I'd have a go at making one for myself, and this one is the first effort. As you can see, the bottom of that is square, so I had another go, and that's my second effort. And then I thought it might be simpler if I used some pipe for the bottom part, and this was the last one that I made. These parts are pretty much everything you need to make the bird feeder. This material is 13mm thick, about half an inch, and based on that you make this part. This dimension is 19mm. The thickness here, the width here is 33mm. The bottom disc is a simple disc, and it fits in like this. And when it's in, there's a lip here, which when the seed tumbles out of the bottle, this lip stops it falling out of the feeder. You make the top piece like this. It's start off as a simple disc. You drill a hole to take the bottle top. You want a nice snug fit if you can do it, and then you chamfer inside to give extra room for the birds to reach in and get the seed. This fits in here like that. Make sure that the chamfers are lined up with a hole. So you secure the top and bottom in place, and then put the bottle in, or glue the cap in. Of course, then you need to cut out the bottom of the cap so that the seed tumbles into the feeder. This piece is something I put on the bottom. So this it's a piece of scrap material, so that hole doesn't matter, but I put a bolt through to hold it to the bottom, and then cross drill it and drive these pegs in, and they'll be the perches for the birds. And that's pretty much it. Screw it together with the ordinary wood screws. So I'll assemble it and show you how it looks. So now I've cleaned up the hole in the bottle cap and fitted the top plate onto the feeder. Now I'm going to drive these pegs into this disc and then fit this disc onto the bottom of the feeder. Now I've driven the perches into the bottom disc and bolted the disc to the bottom of the feeder, and that's almost it. All that remains to do now is find a means to hook the whole feeder onto the stand where it's going to hang. For the hanger, I'm going to make a hook out of this flat material. This is about 12 millimeters wide by about a millimeter thick. So I'll drill it so that I can bolt it to the bottom of the bottle and then bend it. I'll drill it first for ease of holding. So there's the hanger that will screw to the bottom of the bottle. So now I need to drill a hole through the bottle. These bottles tend to have a little well there, so what I tend to do is put a thick rubber grommet that the bolt goes through to stop the ingress of water. Otherwise the water would collect there and percolate down through the seed that's in the bottle, which probably would make it stick together and maybe even rot. I'm going to use these cistern washers to put in there, and I'm going to use two of them because this well is quite deep. So I'm going to punch a hole through them using this gizmo. So now I'm going to use this screw with a trapped washer to put inside the bottle like that, and then I need to fit the two washers on top, and that goes through there. And now I'll tighten it. Well, I haven't got my nut with me, I need to go and get one. Like this. And that's it, complete. So all I have to do now is fill it with seed. Fit what is to be the bottom one, and there's the seed feeder. This is the one I've just been making. But before I had any 4-inch pipe, I tried making them square, and this works just as well. So I'll show you a drawing of how to make a square one, or the parts you need. It's pretty obvious how to make them. As I said, if you don't have the 4-inch pipe, you can make the same thing using square materials. Here's a drawing which you can freeze frame and pick up any dimensions that you want. You get the bottom piece in blue there and the top piece. You need 2 side pieces which are the same width as the top and bottom, and 2 if you're using 3mm or 1/8, then they need to be the one piece is 6mm bigger, and they fit together like this. These side pieces go right out to the end, whereas this piece and this piece are the same width as the top and bottom. So 2 pieces are 80mm, same as this, and 2 pieces are 86mm. When you put the screws in, mind that you don't the screws don't run into each other, so that's why I moved them in a fair distance. I started off and I put them close to the edge, and of course when you put this one in, it bumps into this one, so the bottom's okay because you can get away with 1 screw. But if you need to make square ones, there's some dimensions.